Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I did another video. So today we're gonna do a little review on the Fenty Beauty Easy Drops. Ease Drops or Easy Drops? I don't know. I think it's Ease Drops. But that's how it looks like. So this is a tinted moisturizer. I'm really excited to try this. As you know, I've been very into tinted moisturizers and all these kind of lightweight skin tints. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright, so today we're gonna try this Eaze Drops Blurring Skin Tint. It said it is light to medium coverage for all skin tones, blends and blurs to instant perfection, light as air. So let's see if it works. And it on my seriously dry skin here, I mean, so far it's been so much better since, you know, months ago, but I still have like all these little dry patches under my lip here and a little bit under my nose. So hopefully let's see whether this one enhances that look. But since it's a tinted moisturizer, it's not supposed to be as thick as foundation, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I got the shade in 3. This is what it looks like. I think it's a little bit less than the NARS Radiant Tinted Moisturizer that I usually use. But so far I have so many other tinted moisturizers and all this kind of stuff, which I am liking so far because I prefer like light sheer coverage instead of the very thick ones, which is probably more for like going out and, you know, doing a bit more glamorous looks. But let's see this shade. So I'm gonna put a little drop on my hand here. Okay, so this is what one drop looks like. So I'm using natural lighting again. I've been really trying to film all of my stuff using natural light. So I'm just, from this one drop, I'm just gonna put on my face here, 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 and here, a bit on the forehead. We might need a little bit more, but let's see how it goes. So it's pretty easy to blend in to the skin. It's obviously really quite light, like really light, and it's giving a very nice sheer coverage on my skin. Okay, so this is what one layer looks like. It's really sheer and light. I don't see, obviously it won't cover like the pores really well, and like it still can see, you can still see your skin through this. But I really like that it helps to even out my skin tone, and it's really lightweight, it doesn't feel sticky, and that it, like, you know, gives you a little bit of like your own skin, but obviously better because, you know, of the evenness of it all. And like it helps to cover a little bit of redness and like a bit of your dark spots. But we can try and put a little bit more and see how much more I can cover. So I'm just gonna do a little tiny drop, so maybe half or a little bit more than half of what it was at the start. You can see this? Yep. So let's put it on the areas where I want a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to put it on my cheek, on my nose, basically the T-zone area, and a bit more on my forehead, and here on the little red spot here, the side. So for the shade wise, I think it's an okay shade because it's a tinted moisturizer, so it probably will be able to stretch a little bit more. I'm not sure what shade this 3 is, but I think it's okay so far. Yeah, it's not too bad. So let's blend this out. And I'll use, for tinted moisturizers, I always use my fingers to blend out because they're very light and thin, so it doesn't, for me, I don't really need to use anything like, no, I don't need to use a brush or a sponge, but obviously you can use that if that's what you're more used to. but obviously you might need a denser brush if you are gonna use a brush, in case like this thinner consistency might get sucked into the bristles. So this is the second layer. I think it helped to really blur out the pores better on my cheeks and under my on my chin area and my nose. So it does make it look even more flawless, even with a sheer to light coverage. Yeah, so I mean obviously it's a very sheer light coverage, so you can still see this little scar, the red scar here. And it did kind of make my dry spots a little bit more obvious over here and a little bit here, but more so at the nose area, if I can show you. So you can see the dry skin all coming out here. So you can see it's really sheer light coverage. I'm sure you can build it up a little bit more. So it's definitely buildable, but you can still see my skin, like the little like freckles here and a little bit of the red cheeks. But it does help to even it out more so than usual. And it does feel very light. Like, yeah, you don't feel anything on your face. Like I said, the shade, I felt like it was a little bit light, but because it's so sheer, when you blend it out, it's not obvious at all. But yeah, I think for this one, this shade would be a better match for me than 4 or 5, because it might be a bit too dark, even though on her website it says that for my kind of skin tone, it should be those. But I haven't found a very good shade match in Fenty foundations. I thought I was a 150, which is a light neutral, but sometimes I feel that that's a little bit too neutral light, like one shade too light for me. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so that's why I think this shade 3 is okay for my skin tone. Yeah, overall I think this is a quite nice, you know, tinted moisturizer. It feels really light and I don't really feel like I'm wearing anything. It helps me give a very nice, you know, natural skin look. So this is a good product for your everyday, you know, makeup routine if you don't want to have heavy makeup but yet you want to look fresh and like very nice and natural radiant skin. But oh, sorry, not radiant, it doesn't give a radiant finish at all. It gives a very natural skin-like finish. So yeah. Okay, so my overall thoughts are that this tinted moisturizer is pretty good. It does what it says. It does blur out my pores. It gives me an even skin tone. It makes me look really like I have nice natural skin, like not much or no makeup on, but I still look nice and fresh. The only thing I don't really like is that it's not as hydrating or moisturizing. So it kind of like enhances all the dry spots. Like a bit of my skin comes off over here on my nose and under my nose and like under my lip area, and there was a little bit of like, you know, like how to say, pilling from I think it was my moisturizer that I put underneath here. So when I was like trying to blend it in, you know, a bit of pilling came off. So I had to tap it in instead of really like, you know, really lightly tap it in to the skin instead of like, you know, just generally just, you know, blending the makeup into my skin. And also the fact that, you know, it doesn't have SPF. If it did have SPF in it, that would totally be so much better, because a lot of the other skin moisturizers, the other skin tints or, you know, tinted moisturizers nowadays have SPF in it, so it gives an extra protection for your skin, which is always good, because most of the time people will be wearing this in the summertime, or, you know, obviously in hotter weathers. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this Eaze drops, or Eaze drops. And yeah, so overall I think it's okay. It's a not bad, you know, tinted moisturizer, and I will definitely be using it again, but hopefully I'll try it with other moisturizers, maybe something that's not so thick, because the current one that I use is maybe a little bit thicker with SPF. And yeah, I'll see how it goes, but overall I think it's an okay moisturizer, tinted moisturizer. It's definitely more lightweight than obviously a foundation, but that's what I like about these kind of products. Yeah, so that's it. It's not a radiant moisturizer, obviously a tinted moisturizer. You can see that it just gives a very nice normal natural skin, no radiance. For me, I prefer a bit more radiance so that I can look a little bit more like hydrated and glowy. But if that's not for you because you have more oily skin, then yeah, this is definitely for you. It's definitely for people who are more to the oilier, you know, combination oilier side. And yeah, so if you have dry skin, it might actually make your skin look a bit more dry, so you need to definitely put moisturizer underneath. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.